Hey everybody, MrAyrit here, and got another review for you today. Now, this is going to be for another Audioquest headphone. This time we're looking at the Audioquest Nightowl. And I've done a review of the Nighthawks, so you can check that out. I'll link it in the description below and maybe up here on a tag or something. But this is the closed back version of the Nighthawk. Now, I loved the OG Nighthawks, and the Nighthawk carbons are still good. I don't like them as much as the OG ones, but a lot of that I contributed to these old pads here that are like, they're scuzzy, but they sound really good. I need to hunt down another pair of these. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the Nightowl today, and it's, as far as packaging goes and things like that, it's very similar to the Nighthawk. So let's just take a quick look at that, what it comes with. If you're able to, obviously you can't purchase these headphones new anymore, but if you're able to get like an original package and accessories, these are the kinds of things that you could expect to get with those. So same nice kind of leather, maybe pleather, I don't know if it's real leather or not, but case here, carry case. You know, very nice. You got a pouch, some materials, things like that. You've got the headphones, of course, which we'll take a look at in a minute. You may get like a couple of different types of like cleaning cloths and like a little bag that you can store them in. As far as the cable goes, it's just like the Nighthawk cable, so it's a very rubbery cable. It's not terrible, but it's also not like the best cable. It is kind of like bulky and a little bit hard to work with. 2.5 mil connectors here, and a 3.5 with a very nice 1/4 inch adapter. So same exact cable as the Nighthawks, which is okay. It's all right. You may or may not get velour pads, which these ones have on them right now. Or you might get, again, I don't know, I think it's pleather, but pleather pads. Or you might get both, just depending on where you get it from and who you get it from and how well they're taking care of it and all that stuff. Again, we'll talk more about pads in a little bit here, but because they don't produce these anymore, it's not like super easy to get pads and things like that. So just be mindful of that. You go into buying this, that you may have to hunt down pads on the aftermarket, or you may have to like adapt some brainwaves pads and things like that, which can be done, but I'm not going to discuss that in this video. Okay, so let's get a look at these headphones here. And again, if you saw the review of the Nighthawk carbons, this is very, very, very similar to that. So all of these headphones share a very similar build. They've all got this suspension style headband with a leather strap. This one, instead of saying Nighthawk, says Nightowl, of course. Oh, if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. There we go. Nightowl. Very nice. You know, nice kind of like suede, velour-y type material on the bottom. It's an elastic headband system, which means that like pretty much you just pull it down and it automatically adjusts to your head. Very, very comfortable, fairly lightweight. I do really like just kind of like this system. I'm a big fan of it. The cups are painted a nice like gray metallic paint. It really is quite a beautiful paint job. I definitely like this, again, better than like kind of the faux wood look that the OG Nighthawks had. Again, this is the same, I guess I don't know if it's exactly the same, but it's the same style of cup, which is like a liquid wood. It's like a wood pulp that they mold type of a thing, or did. Again, can't get them anymore. They're not manufacturing them anymore, which is a shame. But again, we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. The cups, again, have this rubber kind of surround that allows it to swivel like a little bit. And again, this is, rather than the cup swiveling, they kind of float in this rubber system here, which allows it to sit flat against your head. It works well. I have no complaints about it. Again, I will point out though that I did order a set of carbons, and when they came, these little suspension things had broken. That seems like a pretty odd occurrence, but it happened to a set. So keep that in mind. And I think that about does it for build. I like the build. I think it's quality. I think it feels good. I think they're comfortable. Again, I think these are just about one of the most comfortable headphones that you can get. And like if you're thinking about a headphone that can be worn all day long, these would definitely be in that category for me. Very comfortable. Really like them. Really like the whole package here. All right, so let's talk sound. Now, just like the Nighthawks, the sound is heavily dependent on what pads you have on these headphones. Now, unfortunately, just like the Nighthawks, my favorite pads for these are the OG pads. The OG pads have pleather on the outside and fabric on the inside. You can see mine are really beat up, but I still think these sound the best. Now, the Nightowls, as far as I know, never came with these pads. These were just with those old model Nighthawks. And again, these are going to be the most difficult pads to find. So keep that in mind. Talking about the pleather pads, which aren't the ones that are on here, and there's a reason for that, because I found the sound with the pleather pads to be very closed in, very congested, just kind of dead sounding. Like no sparkle or air whatsoever. I did not like that sound signature at all. Maybe if you really like dark, bassy headphones, you might like them with the pleather pads, but I feel like they're kind of at the extreme end of that spectrum. When you put the velour pads on, I like them better, but they're still not as good, I don't think, as the OG pads. You sacrifice some bass, they still sound a bit closed in. They don't have as much sparkle as with the OG pads, but they have more, I would say it's an acceptable sound signature with the velour pads. It has acceptable width, it has a little bit of sparkle up top, it still has good bass and bass texture, although to a lesser extent, and I think vocals sound a lot more natural with the velour pads just because it's not so congested and muddy. Put the OG Nighthawk pads on them and they become a fairly wide, spacious headphone for a closed back. They get a lot of nice air and sparkle added to them. Again, you sacrifice a little more bass, but what's there is still, the bass on these is always going to be like a little bit bloaty, but there's still some texture there. But again, that kind of gets less and less as you go from pleather to velour to OG hybrid pads. I think that these are a very chill headphone, so they're not like an exciting, like super engaging listen in that they're like really pumping sound at you in a very dynamic way. As opposed to that, they're more of like a chill, laid back, like just enjoy the music type of a headphone, and they don't, that's not to say they aren't detailed and they don't have, you know, some endearing qualities that are fun to listen to. It's just, they're just easy listening headphones, and I really like that about them. I think, you know, I'm mainly into listening to like folk acoustic music right now, and I think for that purpose these headphones do a really nice job in that, like, I can just put them on, I can just listen to some laid back chill tunes and, you know, not think about it too much and just enjoy myself. And that's kind of the type of headphones that these are, and that's kind of the type of headphones that the Nighthawks are, really. I bought mine, I think, for around $250, and I think at that price they're okay. Again, I don't like them as much as the Nighthawks, but I don't really have any closed back headphone that I like all that much, so I don't have like really a main closed back headphone. I think for the time being these are okay for me, but I think ultimately there's got to be something out there that's a little bit better suited to me, so I got to keep looking for that. But if you're looking for like a nice, chill, laid back, closed headphone, I think these are worth a look, assuming you can get them with the velour pads. If you can only get them with the pleather pads, I don't know that I'd make that buy myself. And again, because you can't purchase pads anymore, you're gonna have to look on the used market. Maybe you'll find some, maybe you won't. Now, These can pad swap fairly easily. So let me show you just real quick here, just a real quick peek. There's this plastic ring that sits inside of the pad. Now what you can do is Brainwaves pads, the oval pads, will fit on those rings, and you can just kind of poke some holes like in those, and that will work. So it's not like all is lost, but you might have to spend some time pad rolling, and I think, you know, that's probably going to be a video that I'll do at some point in the future. Drop a comment below if you'd like to see that video where I pad roll on both the Nightowl and the Nighthawk, and maybe we can find some good options out there for people that are looking, or maybe I can find something that's better than the Nighthawk pads. Again, my favorite are the OGs, and I need to find a replacement because mine are just beat to hell. So I think that'll be it for this review. Just a quick one. Again, the Nightowls, these Audioquest headphones. I think they were really onto something here. I think it's a shame that they stopped manufacturing them. When they first came out, they were, I think, around like $700, which at that price, I'm not quite sure about them. But certainly now when you can get them for like $200 to $300, I think they're all pretty competitive at that price point, assuming you can get the right pad match for you on them. This is something that I think would be, you know, a great opportunity if somehow Audioquest could get together with Drop and start manufacturing these things again and price them at about like $250 or $300. I think these things would sell out instantly, honestly. So I don't know, Audioquest, Drop, if you're watching this, you know, maybe try to get together on that. That being said, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Questions, comments down below. Oh, you know what? Before I go, let me just tell you like what I was listening on. I did a lot of listening with these on my iFi XCan, which is my main portable at this point in time. But I did like the Nighthawks. I like these best off of the Valhalla 2 that I've got right now, which I will be reviewing soon. So as far as amp choices, they're pretty good with anything, and they're not too difficult to drive, but I like them on tubes personally. Yeah, so that being said, let's call it quits on this video. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you like what I'm doing here and want some more headphone content. Otherwise, I will just see you in the next video. Thanks.